hurricane is the most powerful storm on Earth, a monstrous spinning system of wind and rain, hundreds of miles wide, with a strangely calm eye at its very center. These giants can flatten whole coastlines in a single night. But how do the ocean and the air team up to build something so enormous and so violent? Let's find out, step by step. Every hurricane begins with one key ingredient: warm ocean water. In the tropics, the sun beats down and heats the sea to at least 26 degrees Celsius. That's about 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and not just at the surface, but deep down too. This warm water heats the air sitting just above it, and that warm, moist air begins to rise. This rising, energy-packed air is the fuel that a hurricane feeds on. As that warm, moist air rises, it cools, and its moisture condenses into towering thunderclouds. And here's the clever part. When water condenses, it releases heat. That heat warms the air even more, making it rise faster still. This leaves a zone of low pressure down at the surface, so even more air rushes in from the sides to take its place. It rises and releases yet more heat. The storm has become a self-feeding engine, drawing its energy straight out of the warm sea. But what makes the whole thing spin? As all that air rushes in toward the low-pressure center, it doesn't travel in a straight line. Because the Earth itself is rotating beneath it, the moving air is gently deflected to one side. This is called the Coriolis effect. So instead of flowing straight in, the air curves, setting the entire storm slowly turning and spiraling around its center. As the spin tightens, the storm organizes into the iconic shape we all know. Long spiral bands of thunderstorms wheel around the center. Around the core, the fiercest winds of all whip into a ring, called the eyewall. And right in the middle sits the eye. And here's the strange part. The winds are whirling around the center so ferociously that the air simply can't force its way into the very middle, so the center is left remarkably calm. The little air that is there gently sinks down from high above, which clears away the clouds, leaving light winds and often bright blue sky, sitting peacefully at the very heart of the chaos. Not all hurricanes are equally dangerous, so we rank them on the Saffir-Simpson scale, from Category 1 to Category 5, based on their wind speed. A Category 1 has winds of around 75 miles an hour. That's 120 kilometers an hour, enough to damage roofs and snap branches. But a monstrous Category 5, with winds screaming past 157 miles an hour, over 250 kilometers an hour, can level entire buildings and devastate everything in its path. So why don't hurricanes last forever? Because they live and die by their fuel. As long as a hurricane stays out over warm water, it keeps drawing up energy and growing. But the moment it moves over land or over cooler seas, that supply is cut off. Starved of its warm, moist fuel, the great engine quickly winds down, and the hurricane weakens and falls apart. So a hurricane is really a giant engine that runs on warm water. The sun heats a tropical ocean. Warm, moist air rises and condenses into storms, releasing heat that pulls in even more air. The Earth's rotation sets the whole system spinning, until a vast, organized storm wheels around a single calm eye. It's a stunning and fearsome display of the raw power locked inside our oceans. That's how hurricanes form. I'm Mr. Sticklab. Stay curious, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.